Due to a speeding truck, the man lost the girl's contact information. But when he asked the girl to write it down for him again, she refused on the spot.
That was a sign. Fate's telling us to back off.
However, after some thought, the girl decided to give the man another chance. Amy led Jack into a hotel, and they walked into elevators facing each other. If they both got off on the same floor, it would prove that this was heaven's arrangement. As the elevator doors were about to close, the girl threw out a glove and told him her name was Amy. As the elevators slowly closed, they both pressed the 23rd floor, as if they were of one mind. However, things didn't go as planned. A mischievous child suddenly barged into the elevator and without a second thought, pressed all the floors.
Don't do that! Don't press those!
Hey, calm down. He's just a kid.
Amy, who arrived at her floor first, walked out of the elevator with great anticipation. She looked around but didn't see Jack. A feeling of indescribable disappointment welled up in her heart. She waited at the elevator for a long time, but after more than 10 minutes, she still hadn't seen the person she longed for. Just as Amy was about to give up and close the elevator door, Jack ran out of the other elevator. Jack, who was late, wasn't willing to miss this chance. He quickly ran out of the hotel. Luckily, Amy hadn't gone far. However, to Amy, these missed connections suggested that their love shouldn't continue. So when faced with Jack's confession again, Amy still chose to refuse.
No names, no phone number. You think good old fate is just gonna deliver my information right to your doorstep?
Amy had a sudden idea. She asked Jack to write his name and phone number on a bill. Then she ran to the grocery store and used the bill to buy a box of candy. If they were meant to be, the bill would surely return to her hands, and then she would immediately contact Jack. Then Amy took out her book and left her contact information on the flyleaf, deciding to sell it to a bookstore the next day. If Jack could find this book, they would meet again. Amy smiled and leaned in close to him, gently planting a deep, affectionate kiss. Then she told him, if they were truly meant to be, they would surely meet again in the future. With that, she got into a taxi without looking back. Jack stood there, stunned, a sense of indescribable loss welling up in his heart. It seemed that this connection was destined to be missed. 3 years passed quickly. Jack was now successful in his career and had a virtuous fiancée. But whenever he passed by a bookstall, Jack couldn't help but stop and flip through that book. He always held a glimmer of hope that he might find traces of Amy in it. But each time he looked through it, he was disappointed. Just as Jack was about to give up, he accidentally flipped to the gift bag Amy had given him. Inside was the black glove, but hidden inside the glove was a note. It was the payment receipt from when Amy bought the gloves, and it clearly printed his credit card number. At that moment, Jack suddenly understood. If he couldn't spend the rest of his life with the girl he fell in love with at first sight, he would regret it until the day he died.